I know he said it on the surface, no extra motivation. What do you think really he's thinking in his mind after last night?
I mean, I don't know about Key probably spoke his mind way more than me when I was a player, but I can tell you exactly how I'd answer questions.
God.
I would say, we're here as a team. We're trying to do exactly what we came here to do. And then as soon as I step off that podium, I'm on the phone with my boys and like, I'm going to beat his head in every time I see him. Every time I see him, I'm going to make sure my foot is on his throat, and he knows that I am the MVP of this league. That's how LeBron James thinks. I mean, think about his teammate, Marcus Gasol. I'll take you back to 2013. Do you know one of the things that pissed LeBron off more than anything? That he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year that year. You know why? Because LeBron James was on first team all defense. Marcus Gasol was on second team all defense, but yet Marcus Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year. And Bron has came out multiple times like, how the hell does that happen? If LeBron is quibbling over Defensive Player of the Year, you don't think he's sitting here at 36 years old, with how many ever years he has left to play in his career, saying that I got an MVP stolen from me by Giannis last year for what I did, and we won a championship. Granted, LeBron wants to win a championship more than anything, but don't get it twisted for 1 second, Keith. He want to win every damn award now.
You want
that's why he plays the game.
To show up every single game, and you want to prove to people whether it's loud and vocal or silent and on your own. But what I would say about LeBron in that presser at the end of that game, there was little nuggets that was dropped that suggested that I'm the guy y'all gave it to is not. Saying things like, well, he's a great player. He plays, every night I try to play both ends of the floor, both defense and offense. It's just little breadcrumbs that my guy LeBron James likes to drop. If you're smart enough to follow him and pick him up, then you'll understand what he's saying, Jay.
The defensive strategy where you only protect the rim and you let teams shoot as many open threes as they want is not going to get it done in this NBA. So I think there's a little bit of criticism for Coach Bud right now, trying to figure out, how you can be defensive, how you can be solid defensively in both of those areas. And the Bucks just not doing that right now. And I think, you look at what Giannis is doing, and it seems like he's trying to figure out what his role is on this team, which is strange. We know that he's been working on his outside shot. There were times where it seemed like he was not driving hard to the hole, which again, if that's an offense that they're working on, great. But then if you are going to be the guy who's driving hard to the hole and then you get put to the free throw line, you can't be shooting 58% from the line for the season. So I know they're still working on things. I know it's a new group of guys and you're still figuring out whose roles are what and who's going to defend a guy like LeBron and who's going to defend an Anthony Davis when you have these types of matchups. But I think that there was a lot of room for improvement for this Bucks team yesterday.
Jen, let's talk about strategy. I mean, the last 2 seasons, the best record overall in the NBA, and the same strategy was used against this team in the playoffs to stop them multiple times. Is this a make or break year for Coach Bud?
I think that that's fair, Jay. I think it's fair to say that they gave him a shot coming off of this season where they underperformed in the playoffs as well. I think a lot of people use the bubble atmosphere as a reason, not necessarily an excuse, but a reason why this team wasn't able to gel and find the same level of success in the postseason as in the regular season. But yeah, I think that that's what that meeting was that he had with the Bucks brass at the end of last season. It was like, we're going to try to put these pieces around Giannis. We know we've got him for this long term now. They didn't at the time, but there is an expectation for him to evolve as a coach. And you're seeing it a little bit, guys. You're seeing guys like Giannis, guys like Middleton playing longer into games. There was so much criticism about the minutes that these guys played in the regular season and postseason last year, but you're seeing them creep a little closer to 40 minutes per game. And I think that at least is showing that Bud is evolving. Now we got to figure it out on the defensive side of things.
Jen, if Giannis is a skinny version of Shaq with the dominance he has on the court, does he have a Kobe on this team to help him win a world championship? Or Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton, do they have that in them to be the closers for this team?
Kobe is an awfully lofty goal, right? Like, we're talking about one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But I do think that a guy like Middleton can be the go-to guy if Giannis is going to play the Shaq. I read a great article earlier this week that was making that comparison, talking about how, even we joke about his free throws and how he's kind of creeping towards Shaq numbers in the free throw area. But you saw it earlier this week when they played the Nets guys, and there was some criticism for it. I think even on your program, talking about why was it Giannis taking the ball late? Why wasn't he, taking ownership of the offense? Who took that last shot against the Nets? It was Chris Middleton from the outside. So I think that there is some thought there on this team that he could be the guy.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.